Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a reading specifically designed around removing a block. So if you don't have any blocks in your life, everything is flowing smooth and clear, this might not be the reading for you. You might still want to watch, but I'm really going to be dialing into something that could be feeling like it's blocking your ability to progress forward in something. Let's ask. This is the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and we're going to use this as our main deck. So, Tarot of Mystical Moments for the sign of Virgo. Let's ask, first of all, what does Virgo fear? You know, Virgo, that earth energy, they generally crave, earth signs generally crave stability and security. So what do you fear, Virgo? What does the Virgo that this reading is for, what do they fear? If you fear anything, and sometimes they're small fears, sometimes they're big fears, but let's get a card that represents what Virgo fears. What could the Virgo that this reading is for be afraid of? Yeah, the Eight of Swords. This is being trapped in your own thoughts. This person has themselves trapped up in a bird cage. I mean, the lid is open. They're not stuck there, but they have, what I'm getting the image of is, you know, they were standing over here outside free and clear, but it's swords, it's our thoughts. They thought themselves into a cage of their own doing. So what my initial answer is for you, what you fear, is being trapped by your own thoughts, being imprisoned by your own mind, which, I mean, I can't really imagine a greater hell on earth. I know there's a lot of atrocities in our world, but goodness sakes, when we're trapped in our head and we feel like a rat in a cage, I mean, that's painful. So I understand that's a valid fear. I have Virgo rising, and so I really relate to a lot of the Virgo readings. So yes, I can relate. What do I fear? Yeah, being trapped in my mind. Good heck. That doesn't sound fun. Why is a Virgo stuck? Let's ask why. Why is a Virgo stuck? If they feel stuck at all, why? What is that about? King of Wands. This is the master masculine fire, and it's fixed. So when they believe they're passionate about something, nothing's gonna they're not gonna back down from that. If they're passionate about X, Y, or Z, you're not going to change their mind. They are fixed, and that's their passion, and they believe in that. And this is why you could be stuck, because you have determined in your soul that this is the way to go. And it's masculine, so it's action oriented, and it's fire, so it's action and passion, and it's fixed. So it's going to be like stubborn as you know what. The King of Wands is why you're stuck. Something that you have determined is they're not going to change your mind on that. And therefore, you're stuck. You know, because you've got your thoughts, what you've been thinking about something, and it's scary to be stuck in your own mind, but you're stuck because you're being stubborn on something. You're being fixed on something. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's why you're stuck. So let's ask, how does a Virgo unblock themselves? How can Virgo unblock themselves from this energy here? How can Virgo unblock themselves? The Five of Swords. And that means having an uncomfortable conversation, having uncomfortable communication. It's going to be a back and forth. It's going to be possibly a fight, So, we don't have to have a screaming match, but it can be an uncomfortable conversation, a confrontation. This person in this card looks like a man and a wife, and she knows, her thoughts have already told her, Eight of Swords. She's already been imprisoned by her own thoughts. She knows what's going on, and she has to have a confrontation with him. And what I'm really feeling is that she knows that he's been doing something behind her back, literally, that he shouldn't be doing. And she has to confront that. It's uncomfortable conversation, communication, Five of Swords. That is how you're going to unblock yourself, Virgo. A lot of sword energy here. We are still in Aquarius season, so that makes sense to have this sword energy present. But at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles, which the Ten of Pentacles is like you've hit the lottery. You are winning at life. This is the underlying energy. And I get it. And I'm going to share something that just came up is when we have so much to lose, we have so much to lose. That's why we overthink. That's why we fix and dig our heels into the sand of, I'm not moving from this position. This is how I feel about something. And it's why we would be invested in having an uncomfortable conversation, because we have it all, or we're going to have it all. And the Ten of Pentacles is, it's winning the lottery. It's having that nice bank account. It's having that house, our family, our health, our mental health, our physical health, all the healths, everything is in. It's in. And so let's clarify this information, because this is a lot of juicy information and I want to give you a good reading. Let's jump back to the Eight of Swords. Let's ask, why is that there in what Virgo fears? I understand. I don't want to get stuck in my head either. I don't want to be trapped up in my own mind. I mean, I can't imagine that sounds painful, and no thank you. So let's ask, why is Virgo afraid of being stuck in their own mind? And there's that King of Wands again, just like we have. Clarification is King of Wands because we want to be in control of our life. The King of Wands is fixed fire. And so I don't want my thoughts to drag me down. And so I want to be sure that I keep my passions and my pursuits front and center. And I don't let things like silly thoughts drag me down rabbit holes. I fear being stuck in my own mind because I want to be in control of my thoughts. Why is the King of Wands, why Virgo is stuck? Why is the King of Wands why Virgo is stuck? I mean, I think it does have a lot to do with you want to be in control. You want to have the final say. You don't want your thoughts to have the final say. You want to have the final say. So why is King of Wands there? More Leo energy. You might be dealing with a Leo in your life, but strength is here to tame the beast. This is this beautiful energy of, at the end of the day, it's about tenderness. It's not about brute strength and someone coming in and showing everybody how strong they are and how smart they are and all the things. It's somebody coming in softly, quietly, and taking control of the situation with gentleness and tenderness. Strength is, yes, Virgo, you're powerful. But you don't need to be the baddest you-know-what in the room. Why you're stuck, King of Wands. Clarification is the strength. Because I think you might have been exerting a lot of this power. I want to show people that I have the upper hand and I'm in control. And then clarifying King of Wands is the Strength card, which just says, slow your roll, Virgo, be gentle, okay? You don't have to knock people around. You don't have to verbally, shout the Five of Swords. You don't have to do it the rough way. You can do it the nice way. So let's clarify Five of Swords. How do you unblock yourself? The Five of Swords says having that uncomfortable conversation. Why is Five of Swords here? And we just had that fly out on the ground. It's the Sun card. More Leo energy. I don't know. You must be dealing with a Leo. But the Sun is a Leo energy. It's major arcana again. And it is really saying that the light has been shown down on the situation. You know the truth. Let's put it like that. Virgo, all this time spent in your mind thinking about something, you know the truth. You're not dumb. You're not going to have somebody pull wool over your eyes. You see the truth. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the only way to get out from under the rock that we might have been hiding under is to push it off and look at the sun and stand in the light. And that means revealing the truth. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the truth is what sets us free. So bang your gong, shine your light, be your most beautiful out in the open self, and stand for what you know is true. Five of Swords, you might have to have that uncomfortable conversation, but at the end of the day, that might be the medicine that the doctor ordered. At the bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups, which is an emotional conversation. So we might take it down a notch from having a conflict, a confrontation, to being more of somebody might be offering an apology to you. The Page of Cups is a sweet energy. It is when somebody understands how you might be feeling, and they come to you and say, Virgo, can we talk? I want to tell you that I'm sorry. I owe you an apology. I know you brought things out into the light and I was uncomfortable about it, but at the end of the day, I love you and I'm sorry. Page of Cups is such a tender, sweet, emotional conversation. Virgo, let's grab a Wisdom of Light. Priestess of Light. I keep calling these wisdom, but it's because they're so wise. That's why I want to say that. But they're called Priestess of Light Oracle cards. Priestess of Light Oracle cards. Let's find out for the sign of Virgo, what Oracle card is going to be perfect for them. Precognition. This is psychic ability and future vision. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look this up. Precognition. It is psychic abilities and having the ability to vision into the future. Oh, that is so beautiful. Take a picture of this if you want. I think it's awesome. This is your reading, Virgo. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe, share. Any of that helps my channel so much. And if you want to comment, I love comments. I am available for personal readings. If you're interested in those, the comments are going to be in the description box below. And it's a pleasure to be here for you. Thank you very much, Virgo. Be blessed and be well. I'm on TikTok and YouTube. Namaste.